Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our definitive level 9 CPU tournament. Now, I am going to be making a couple of changes to the way that we move through the next couple of rounds, just because the rounds are not themselves going to be super entertaining in the format that I've been doing them. So today's video, we will be showing you the end results of each of the remaining matchups in round 2 winner's side, and then we will carry out rounds 1 and 2 loser's side. But I'm really going to only include the last 15 to 20 seconds of each round in the fights themselves. So you'll get at least 2 different fights from each character that's facing off here, depending on whether or not a Game 3 is forced. And I will still be having commentary over that, but I just need to get these things going a lot quicker. And we will start watching more of the matches in depth when we get into round 3, because at that point we're going to have a much better pool of combatants that will make more sense to watch the entireties of their matches in. So you'll catch me here at the end of this match, which Yoshi is currently in the lead by a full stock. And here Yoshi is putting the real hurt on to Isabelle, who's on her last stock of this match. Isabelle is actually out. She tried to counter Yoshi there with a forward air, but was unsuccessful in doing so. And Yoshi takes a dominant stance as we move into Game 2. She doesn't have a whole lot of incredibly hard-hitting moves, but if she lands just 1 or 2 of them at this point, Yoshi's going to be thinking about counter strategies for a Game 3. And that does indeed seem to be the way that we're headed right here. She just barely misses getting hit by the fishing rod there. And Isabelle does grab him with that down B Lloyd landmine, and we are indeed headed to a round 3. That down throw off of the fishing rod was probably not the move that Isabelle needed to go for to pick up the kill there. Yoshi countering with an up smash, and we have the back throw coming out there from Isabelle, which is going to be enough to give her the win and see her advance to round 3. And all Min Min needs to do is land 1 solid connecting hit. The dash attack is not that. Ram Ram coming out, but it's not going to be enough. And this Ram Ram finally dips down low enough in order to grab the Mii Sword Fighter and force him into a Game 2 situation where he's going to have to try and rally back. Got the quick 1-2 punch coming out here. Still nothing really happening there. And we have a down air coming out from the Mii Sword Fighter, which does a decent amount of damage, but he's going to have to do more than that, and the dash attack without the final spark screen actually is going to send us to that Game 3. And Min Min is just barely going to make it back to stage there. And still gets hit from the downtown side B from that Mii Sword Fighter there. And the up air quickly comes out to finish that off. That's going to send Min Min over to loser's side, unfortunately for her. Dark Pit gets a up smash, which isn't enough to kill in this instance, but though he has rallied his damage all the way back. Link goes for the remote bomb, but it does not land off stage. However, the up smash will finish that off and give Link the advantage going into Game 2. Link uses his own bomb to blow himself up, get himself out of trouble here. Pit posting up on that center platform. It's not really doing anything beneficial for him. Gets hit by the boomerang on the return there, and Link gets this kill with that dash attack, and he takes this set 2-0. So a very commanding demonstration from Link, and that will allow him to progress on to round 3 winner's side. He does just barely manage to make it back to ledge there with the magnet hands, and WeFitTrainer is 1 or 2 solid connecting hits away from being forced into a very disadvantageous Game 2 position, and Ganondorf manages to land the most savage of back airs to ensure that he goes in to Game 2 with a very commanding 3-stock lead off that first game. She has to rely on having deep breathing active a lot more consistently in order to have the damage output somewhat comparable to what Ganondorf is capable of. She manages to get the shield on that up smash there and counters with a couple of nairs of her own. Gets her deep breathing active once again, and does manage to force a Game 3 with that down smash on the right-hand platform.
Work hard to tone that tummy.
WeFitTrainer keeping things relatively even here, and Ganondorf is trying his best to prevent WeFitTrainer from getting these deep breathing setups, which is proving to be fairly difficult in most circumstances. Ooh, we've got that volcano kick coming out, and WeFitTrainer gets the dirtiest of down airs. Doesn't spike, but sends Ganondorf down low enough to the point where he cannot recover. That sends our number 3 seed down to loser's side, and we'll see a bit more from him later today. Gets hit by the side B again in the air, but it's not enough. This time gets hit on the higher sour end spot. And Wolf does manage to finish things out with an up smash there on that right-hand platform to send us to our Game 2. Switching back over to Pyra, or Pyra switches back over to Mythra, which might be the wrong play for finishing out the stock earlier and forcing that Game 3. We do see the switch back to Pyra, but that Prominence Revolt connection is not enough to finish things off. Mythra just makes it back to ledge there, and techs onto the platform after being hit by the forward air from Wolf. Wolf is going to be way too far away, and we are, in fact, going to go to a Game 3. Wow, that was incredibly dirty to have Pyra spike Wolf on the edge there with her up B. She's got a full stock lead, and things are looking very different than they did at the beginning of this set. And I don't know that I believed that Pyra and Mithra would be able to claw their way back into this. No pun intended there. Wolf is going to desperately try and work back any way he can. But between switching to Pyra and Mithra, getting a lot of chip damage in with Pyra, getting a lot of chip damage in with Mithra for the most part, and finishing up with the stronger attacks from Pyra, Wolf is just not seeming to have as easy of a time as he did in round 1 here. He's trying to create a bunch of space with that laser to close the distance here. And that forward air coming out there from is going to be enough to put Pyra far out into the right-hand blast zone, but the switch from Mithra to Pyra ends in Wolf's death as Pyra uses that Prominence Revolt to retreat down that platform and finish off the match. Steve is now relegated to no tools. He has not crafted anything on this his second stock since the breaking of his golden pickaxe. He does manage to get another one there and gets the on-stage spike against Sonic. Summons the crafting table back down to him yet again and does make it back over to ledge. And that up smash is going to do it for Sonic here, and we will see if Sonic has any chance to rally in Game 2. And trying to finish things out and force that Game 3, we'll have to see if he manages to do so. Gets the back air, which is one of his better killing options, and manages to land a second one. So Steve will have to rally back in Game 3, I suppose. But Steve is going to waste no time in crafting himself that reserve set of diamond tools that he needed. And Sonic runs headlong into that TNT, which damage out of. I apologize for what happened there with the file as Steve lands the up smash and gives himself a victory and moves on to round 3 winner's side while sending Sonic down to losers. He needs to opt for more of his distance-related type attacks. The Seriatinium Blade, the Power Pellets, and other things of that nature have served him well up until this point. Though Mega Man does also need to find a way that he can take Terry's stock before he gets up to that 100%. It's his go meter. It does not happen, and Terry takes it with the Power Knuckle there. And the Leaf Shield is not going to give him the coverage that he was hoping for there. Dash attack comes out from Terry. It's not going to be enough. Mega Man has a very versatile recovery. Gets the forward throw after a couple of pummels. And Mega Man needs to find some sort of option. We've got the crack shoot coming in there. And that jab jab power dunk is going to finish things off. And Terry is going to maintain his position in moving into round 2, where he will face off against Steve, which is going to be a very scary matchup for him, I'm sure. And Arsene's come out to play, but Joker's got to be cautious because as soon as Kazuya tips the scale onto that 100, he can end the game very quickly with another use of that Heaven's Gate. Joker is out of his Arsene meter here. He's got to build that back up. He's got the down throw that puts Kazuya into the red, and Kazuya misses the up smash out of his forward tilt there. And Kazuya ends up finishing everything with an up special, which is not the finishing move that most people think, but it does indeed work for him. Kazuya could very quickly finish things out if he gets into his Rage Drive mode and attacks into Joker at this percent. That's more than enough to finish him off. So he's got to be cautious of that grab at this stage. And we've got the up B that comes out. It's not enough to kill at this juncture. We've got the forward smash there. And the up smash coming out there still is just way too much for Joker to handle. And as we expected, Kazuya moves on to our round 3 winner's side with little to no issue. And Bowser's heavy armor really helping him out here as well, as he's able to power through a lot of the smaller hits that Sephiroth tends to throw out in just kind of standard middle of the ground play. We've got the one wing that's come out here, which is good for Sephiroth's damage, but not great for his survivability. He's throwing out a couple of forwarders, trying to create some distance between Bowser and himself. Any significant strike from Bowser could finish him at this point, and the up smash is going to do just that. Bowser's still capable of taking the win here, but not if he continues to play cautious or carelessly like he has been. Bowser looking for an option with that down tilt, but Sephiroth evens things out with that up smash, and we will be seeing a game 3. Sephiroth needs to find some sort of answer here if he wants to rally and take the win. But Bowser uses that up tilt to close out that stock. Sephiroth is going to have to continue his adventures from loser's side, and Bowser will have to be very, very meticulous in his follow-up matchup against Kazuya. Pikachu finally managing to even things out against this Piranha plant, but Plant is a very scary combatant and has proved that he can continue to be a problem. Wow, our number 11 seed dispatching of Pikachu as the platform slides out to that left-hand blast zone. What a commanding display of force there from Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant really looking to close this match out against Pikachu here. Pikachu on the last stock of the game and possibly of the set gets hit by the down B, but it does have a weaker hitbox the closer it is to Piranha Plant when it lands. And Pikachu really struggling to make their way back towards center stage here. We've got a full stock difference here, and the down smash coming out again from Piranha Plant. That is going to finish off the match and send Pikachu over to loser's side. But there's a little bit of work that he has to do to equalize the damage threshold that we're seeing here. We've got 60% on Hero and 25% on Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong continues to build that percent lead here as he layers in a couple of aerial attacks against Hero. Hero far off into the left blast zone. He goes for the zoom, cannot find it, and Donkey Kong takes the first game. Donkey Kong up at 155%, that's max rage. He doesn't get hit by the snooze, which would have been beneficial for Hero there. And he's looking for a finishing option here. Is he going to find one? The Kaboom actually might do that, and it does. It has that wind box that draws your opponents in, and so it does land the connecting shot and forces us into a game 3. Kaboom is not going to do anything for Hero this time around. It just didn't connect with Donkey Kong. And Donkey Kong with the disgusting down air is going to take the lead and send Hero down to loser's side. So we'll be seeing more from him right now as he faces off against Rosalina and Luma to hope to keep his tournament run alive. You can tell that Hero isn't happy about the way that that last match went, because he is here against Rosalina and fighting with a lot of vigor. And right here, Luma is just having a hard time keeping tabs on where Rosalina's at to help her out in combat. Any significant strike here is what Hero is looking for. And that side B is probably not going to be it, but it sets him up nicely for that up tilt on the far left side. And that's going to give Hero game 1. Luma's down on recharge, And admittedly, Luma hasn't helped a whole lot. He's taken a couple of bullets for her, and I'm sure that that's something that she's grateful for. But right here, he's looking for any final connecting hit. That forward air is not quite going to do it. Rosalina is going to attempt a couple of things, gets forward aired again and again, but she ultimately falls to that down smash, and Hero makes the first elimination of the tournament. We do have the can coming out a couple of times from Duck Hunt though, and it is connecting on Sephiroth. It's not enough to kill him, but the up air off of Duck Hunt is actually going to call into question Sephiroth's efficiency here. And he runs headlong into the can and puts both of these combatants up in the triple digits. Any significant strike from either combatant should do it, and that from Duck Hunt wasn't quite enough. Sephiroth retreats down to the stage with a down air, but Sephiroth finds himself on the outside of the tournament as Duck Hunt scrapes together 2 wins back-to-back. A very interesting result. There's still a very high discrepancy in percentages though, so Joker just needs to find a killing and connecting move here, which he doesn't do with the footstool there. And Zero Suit's actually managing to rack up a decent amount of damage here and lands the Paralyzer on Joker just as he drops his Rebel's Guard there. However, the forward smash is going to do it, and despite a valiant effort from Zero Suit Samus fighting back, Joker is going to take this first game. And Zero Suit's doing a good enough job at attacking into Joker to deplete that Arsene meter, and so Joker doesn't really get anything done with Arsene active on the field, which is very unfortunate for him because that's a very easy way for him to close out some of these fights. Zero Suit gets the side B and actually forces a game 3, which is not what I was expecting here in this match given her lack of battle prowess. Joker is really hoping to close out this game against Zero Suit, sends her far off into the right blast zone, and, well, this game and this set ends about the way that we were expecting it to, with Zero Suit eliminated and out of the tournament. If Mewtwo gets a solid connection here, we could see Mega Man forced into a disadvantaged state, and we've got that Nair coming out from Mewtwo. He's got a fully charged Shadow Ball, and doesn't even need it as he connects with that up air to finish off the match. And we've got that Ceratanium Blade coming out a bunch too. That up air sends Mewtwo very high, doesn't do enough to kill, but the up smash off of that drift back down to stage will, and we are indeed going to see a game 3. He continues to put a lot of pressure onto Mega Man and causing him to, well, exit the tournament, I suppose, is the best way to display that. So far, he's been very well-spoken in his demonstration that he's had here against her, as he has well over a full stock lead here and just needs to find a finishing hit on Princess Peach to kind of finish her out here. We'll have to see if he is able to successfully do so, and as I speak about that, he lands a significant dash attack, which pushes him into the advantage state. Now, Wolf went for a very daring play off the left-hand side of the stage there, and it ultimately didn't pay off for him, as he only ever managed to put about the same amount of percent onto Peach as he had when she restocked. So let's head over to game 3. Wolf, you might be in trouble if you keep pulling plays like that. You just barely made it back this time around. But one or two more of those and you're going to be in some real deep trouble. And if you hadn't got hit by Peach there, that would have been the end of your tournament run. But it might be anyways, unless he can find a real way to claw back some damage. But that Peach Bomber, it's lethal. And that's going to let Peach progress into round 2 of Loser's Side, while Wolf is on the sidelines. And he's up at 215, and Young Link is having some issues finding a killing option. He really needs to opt for any smash attack at this point. And instead, he gets hit by one of Dark Pit's and falls to the disadvantaged state.
Can't help but feel sorry for you.
As currently, Young Link should be able to finish things off with any significantly strong attack and force that game 3. And that Nair just so happened to be enough to do just that. Dark Pit gets an up tilt and throws the bomb away before it explodes on him. Gets struck by the multi-jab from Young Link there at ledge. And we're looking for any significant strike from either combatant at this point, and Dark Pit's the first to pull it off with that forward smash, leaving Young Link on the outside of the tournament.
Nice try.
Yoshi finally managing to take a stock off Bayonetta and even things out, but he's had a bit of a pacing issue as we've seen today, and he may not be able to continue to hold very well against Bayonetta as she layers in large amounts of damage. She also had that witch time that she can use to her advantage and really turn the tide of a fight. So Yoshi has to be a little bit more thoughtful about when and how he throws out attacks as he takes that up smash right to the upper side of the head, as he seeks to drive a game 2. Gets witch times twice back to back. And Bayonetta needs to be careful trying to get back to ledge here. She does manage to do so, but that forward throw from Yoshi still isn't enough, surprisingly. Bayonetta, you might just want to throw in some DI and bank on a game 3 at this stage, because I don't think you're making it back. And that down tilt from Yoshi still not enough. Yeah, but 200%, the down air, still no dice there. And finally, we've got the Bigfoot Nair coming through to finish off Bayonetta's final stock and driving us to that game 3. Yoshi looks like he's going to take this game, which was expected based off of the rankings, but Bayonetta gave him a real run for his money in that first game. So there's just not a whole lot that she's going to be able to do to claw back a whole stock disadvantage against Yoshi, unless Yoshi starts making some real big mistakes, which is not in the forecast anymore. So Yoshi continues and Bayonetta is eliminated. Diddy finally manages to even out the stock count there, but the shield breaker from Marth edges out the attack damage a little bit more. Diddy Kong almost up at that 100%. He may be able to pull this out still, but it's looking less and less likely with every connection that Marth lands onto Diddy Kong here. Makes his way back to ledge and gets the back air on Diddy Kong. The monkey flip gets Diddy Kong back to ledge, and the Nair from Marth is going to be enough to put him in the advantage state headed into game 2. We've got that up smash that Marth manages to air dodge through, and that shield breaker just barely undercharged when it comes to bursting Diddy's shield, which that could have been the game ender had he actually had that shield broken. Got the monkey flip coming out. It doesn't do enough, but the up smash on that elevated platform will, and we will be going to a game 3. And as we have the banana flying around and trading hands, we see more connections between Diddy Kong and Marth. Diddy's keeping things relatively even, gets the grab out of the air dodge there from Marth. And Diddy might just be able to pull this one out if he's methodical enough, but he gets countered with his up smash, and then the forward air from Marth is going to finish things out, and that puts Diddy Kong outside of the tournament, which is kind of what we expected all along. Now, I know I said we were going to get through all of round 1 and 2 losers side, but there's still a lot of footage to go through, and so we will not be doing that today, but you will see the remainder of those matches on losers side in next week's installment in this same type of format, and then we'll change back to a more traditional view of these matches for rounds 3 going forward. And probably take a lot more time and view those matchups in more depth. But thank you for your time, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day.